Hello, my beautiful YouTube family and besties. Jambo, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, my name is Penina the Grace. You are welcome in the home of grace. To all my returning subscribers, you people are so amazing and may God Almighty bless you. For me, if you have been following my story on this channel, you know that my journey working in Gulf has been full of ups and downs. In my previous video, I shared with you how I almost lost my life in Saudi Arabia due to an eating disorder, how my skin turned yellow, and how my hair fell out in my hands. I also shared the heartbreaking news of losing my late mother in December 2016 while I was still trying to recover my health. Today, I want to continue this series and tell you the full story of why I never finished my 2 years contract in Saudi Arabia after I renewed. This is a story how my madam changed, how I lost 6 months of my hard-earned salary in one single day, why I decided to become what people call Kemboi, running away from my contract, and the huge lesson I learned from my mistakes. Grab a warm cup of tea, sit comfortably, and let's talk sister to sister. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button down below. Now, let's go back to where the story continued after my mother's burial. After laying my mother to rest in December 2016, I had no choice but to return to Saudi Arabia to work for the very same madam. When I got back, I noticed a total change in her behavior. Her attitudes towards me was no longer the same. I think she thought I was very desperate. Those are my thoughts though. She looked at me coming back after my mother's burial and assumed I had no money, no education, and nowhere else to go. When employers think you are stuck and dependent on them, like you are depending on them, they stop respecting you. They start treating you like you don't have choices. Before I had traveled to Kenya for the burial, my madam and I agreed on a clear plan. Because of my mother's death, I would work for full year. After that year, I will go back home to check on my younger siblings, like my children. So I was supposed to pay for my flight going back home. They were supposed to pay for my ticket coming back to Saudi Arabia. I fulfilled my part, like part of the deal. I worked faithfully for that entire year. But when the time finally came for me to go home, letting me leave became like a big problem for them. They simply did not want to let me go. So one day, while we were talking about my travel plans, my employer brought out my passport and threw it on the table in front of me, like she was angry. I did not pick it up immediately because they were the ones who brought it into the room. So I assumed they will take it back. So days started passing. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. By the 5th day, I realized they were just leaving it there and doing nothing about my travel. So I walked over, picked up my passport, and kept it safely with my things. Since I was preparing to go home, I decided to handle my savings. And my savings were for 6 full months. I had been very disciplined. I had saved 6 months of my salary without sending a single coin home. I handed that entire 6 month savings in cash to my boss' son and asked him to transfer it to Kenya. So a half to my brother and half to my sister. So that the money would be waiting for me when I landed. Unfortunately, my plan failed completely. After I handed over the money, life in that house became a nightmare. My madam started complaining about every single thing I did. Nothing was ever right. Before, whenever I finished my heavy house chores, I used to take a nap, like a short nap to rest my body. But now, if she caught me napping or resting, she would make so much noise, talk endlessly. And guys, I don't like it. Somebody who nags. I was still deeply grieving my late mother. Remember? So my heart was heavy. My mind was tired. And dealing with constant noise and complaints every day because too much for me. No. It became too much for me to bear. I sat down in my room and said to myself, I cannot stay here anymore. I made up my mind to run away and become a Kemboi. So I took my passport, packed a few clothes into my bag, and walked out the house. Now, listen to me very carefully. Running away at that exact moment was the biggest financial mistake I have ever made. I ran away on December 24th, right on Christmas Eve. What I forgot in my rush, in my rush and anger, was that during the Christmas and New Year holidays, all the banks closed because it was December 24th. My family back home could not go to the bank to withdraw the 6 months salary I had asked my boss son to send because the banks were closed till January. When my employers realized I had run away, they simply went back to the bank, cancelled the transfer, and took all my money back. Six whole months of my hard work sore feet, and sweat gone in a single day. I went back to absolute zero. I had no money to buy a flight ticket home, and I couldn't go back to Kenya empty-handed after all that suffering. So, I postponed my journey home. I stayed in Saudi Arabia and started working. Like outside contract, as a freelance worker. And that is where God stepped into my life. God blessed me with a new working place outside contract. And my salary was doubled what I used to earn under like my formal contract. I went from earning small money with constant noise to earning double the income in a peaceful environment. I was able to save money properly, support my children, and rebuild my life step by step. My dear family, the reason I'm sharing this story today is because I want you to learn from my mistakes. If you are currently working in the Gulf, whether in Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, or anywhere else, and you are feeling frustrated, tired, or mistreated, before you run away from your contract and become a so-called Kemboi, plan yourself well. Do not be like me. Do not allow frustration, anger, or daily noise to make you act in a hurry without a proper plan. Make sure your family back home has physically withdrawn and collected the money from the bank first. Pay attention to dates and holidays so you don't run away when banks and offices are closed. If I had waited just a few more days until January for my brother and sister to collect that money, I wouldn't have lost 6 months of my hard work. I thank God that even though I went back to zero, He opened better doors for me, doubled my salary, and enabled me to educate my children. My son who is in university and my daughter who finished high school. Thank you so much for sitting with me today and listening to my story. If this video gave you wisdom, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a sister in the diaspora who needs to hear this advice today. And leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I love you all so much. Stay wise, plan well, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.